Welcome to this recap of our Family Learning Community session. Here is a peek at the dates and topics for the rest of the year, as well as topics that have already been covered that you are welcome to watch. In this session, we are going to be covering pacing and planning and scaffolding.
Thank you, Kristen. So in this session, we really focused in on questions number 3 and 4 of our 4 critical questions. But big emphasis on question number 3. How will we respond when students have not learned it?
Learning at the right pace keeps students motivated and confident. So when learning feels too fast, it's stressful and can feel overwhelming. When it's too slow, it's boring. So families play a key role in helping students find that balance. Pacing is simply the speed of learning. It's how fast your student moves through lessons and tasks. Planning is really about managing that journey, the structure of how time and learning goals are organized that allow a student to stay on track and reach the learning goals. Together, pacing and planning help students make consistent progress without feeling rushed or bored.
One of the analogies that we shared in this session was the analogy of a bowling alley. Our pacing is like a bowling lane. We are trying to get to the pins at the end of the line, but we might have some bumpers up to help us to get to that path. It might not be a straight path, but it will get us to the bowling pins at the end. Another way to think about pacing and planning is to think about a road trip. We are going on a road trip and we have a destination. We are going to make a plan for how we get to the end of that journey. Along the way, we might get a flat tire and pull over to replace it. We might get an oil change if we really need it, but we are still going on that journey to get to the end of the road. During this session, we shared some resources that are available for our TK through 8th grade families that are available on the Homeschool Hub on the Wire that will support with strategies for supporting student learning, extending their learning, supports for multilingual learners, as well as accessibility resources that can be implemented regardless of what curriculum your student is utilizing.
So we do love our analogies here in the curriculum department. So we like to think of this as Goldilocks. So like Goldilocks, learning works best when it's just right. Like we said, if it's too slow, students may lose interest and they'll get bored. But also if it's too fast, frustration can set in and it can become really stressful for your students. The goal is to keep students challenged but supported in their learning sweet spot. One of the ways we support students when they're not reaching the standard is by scaffolding. Scaffolding is a temporary support put in place to support learning. It's the bridge. Our professional learning team will provide a little more information that was provided with families in attendance during the breakout session.
During the instruction portion of our session, we asked our family partners questions about scaffolding and how it supports student learning. We shared that scaffolding in education is when an adult provides a student with the just right level of support when learning something new or challenging. This type of support is temporary and based on the student's level of understanding of the learning targets. Now, I'll pass the mic to Dina, who will continue to expand on this type of support.
Thank you, Ashley. We also asked our family partners how might they be using scaffolding with their students. So when you are scaffolding with your student, it might sound like you are connecting lessons to real life. For example, when teaching fractions, you can reference a time when they were measuring ingredients while baking. Or it might be that you're introducing key vocabulary before reading or a new concept so that your student doesn't get stuck on unfamiliar words. Or you are using a word bank so that your students can reference it when completing sentences. Or finally, you might be offering them visuals like charts and diagrams or short videos to make abstract ideas easier to understand. As your student grows more confident, those supports are gradually removed to build up your student's independence. Now I will pass on the mic to Montoya, who will continue guiding us in building shared knowledge.
Thank you, Dina. Building on the knowledge shared by Ashley and Dina, we have this guide here to help us build shared knowledge together about scaffolding. So in this guide, you'll find a definition for scaffolding, followed by some examples. These are real-world connections also some vocabulary and visual aids. In the following section, you'll find some scenarios based upon math standards, and these include the different grade bands. So we have an example for lower elementary, upper elementary, middle school, and high school. And so you'll find the standard, the middle column contains a scenario, and the final column has how you can respond at home. And if you'd like to dive just a little bit deeper into scaffolding, we have a couple of diagrams for you here to extend your learning. And so after sharing this guide with families, we then dived into some amazing breakout groups with family partners. And this included breakout rooms for TK2, 3rd through 5th grade, 6th through 8th, and 9th through 12th. And within these breakout rooms, families discussed the following question. Think about a time when your student had a challenging time understanding something they were learning. What kinds of scaffolds can we add to the instruction to help students feel more confident and supported in the curriculum? And so this is what the TK2 family community discussed. So if you'd like to take a moment to pause the video here, I invite you to do that. All right, next jumping into the 3rd through 5th grade community. These are the amazing thoughts that they shared here. Next, jumping into our 6th through 8th grade community, feel free to pause and read through the amazing ideas. And finally, concluding with the learning from our 9th through 12th grade community. All right, that concludes the instructional portion. Going to pass it back to the curriculum team to close us out.
Thank you for joining us for this recap video. Join us next month for community support specific to curriculum and instruction across all academies. Each session includes an overview from our curriculum coordinators, that's us, followed by breakout rooms specific to instruction based on subject and grade. It's been an honor to share space with you virtually today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next round.